and we'll fly away.
Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. So after the round of 16 draw for the Champions League, I did a video similar to this where I predicted, I just shared my thoughts on who could go through. No score lines, just who could go through. I'm doing the same today for the Champions League quarterfinals and the Europa League quarterfinals. So let's start the Champions League first, start the bigger one obviously. I'll get the obvious ones out of the way. To me, I think Juventus and Liverpool are going through. To be fair, Ajax and Porto are better than I give them credit for. Ajax obviously got through Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Both of those teams did struggle this season though, to be fair. They're not at their best, but Ajax do deserve credit for that. But I think their steam run out against Juventus. I don't see Juventus slipping up in this game. Ronaldo as well is a very clutch player, and I just don't see him not turning up in this game either. So I think Ajax may give them a run for their money, but I do feel Juventus are going through. Liverpool v Porto, I think Liverpool are going through as well. I think they had Porto last season as well, I think. Porto are not that bad, but I do think they won't have enough for Liverpool, and Liverpool I think are strong going forward, and Van Dijk at the back as well was really good too. So I just don't see them slipping up against Porto. I don't see it. The most interesting tie to me is Tottenham Man City. I think that'll be very close actually. That should be very interesting. I'm definitely going to watch that one out of the four. That's what I want to see the most for sure. And the final one, I'll get to my prediction for that game. I'll get to that next, because I want to do that one last for the Champions League predictions. Man United v Barcelona. Now, Barcelona I think are going through. United I think we'll fight for it though. They need something at home. I think they need a win at home if they're going to stand a chance. I think they can do it. I didn't think they could beat PSG away, but they did it. They beat them 3-1 away. So, I mean, Barcelona is a different team to be fair. Barcelona, but the thing is, Barcelona, they don't look that great this season. I mean, they look better than Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, but they haven't been amazing. They've been good. Obviously, Messi's been great. They're top of the league, doing well in the cup. They're having a great season, but they're not as good as they were at one point. So I think United have a little chance there, but they need to win at home. Old Trafford needs to be a win. Like, it's not going to be the same as PSG. If they go down 2-0 at home to Barcelona, it's probably tie over to me. So, I think United need a win at home. Do I see them doing it? I don't think so. I think Barcelona will win this game. Will win this tie, I think. I think they'll win this tie overall. United, I think, might win it close potentially. They might make a close game, close encounter. But I think in the end, Barcelona have just too much for them. So that's my prediction for that. Anyway, Tottenham v Man City. Now, the favourites for me are Man City. I'm tipping them to go through. This is not because I'm an Arsenal fan, okay? But I do think Spurs will run them close. I do think Spurs are not to be underestimated. They can go through. I think Spurs potentially can actually go through. They definitely got a chance. They haven't really beaten Man City. They don't beat Man City that often, to be honest. I don't remember the last time they actually beat them. But I do think they have a chance. They have a chance to do something against City, and I think it's stupid to count them out of it. That's for sure. I think Tottenham needs something out of the first leg, just like United really. But I don't know. I feel like City will score an away goal, but because Tottenham know Man City, obviously they're in the same league. They play each other quite often, and they play each other again in the league after the second leg as well, which is pretty interesting too. But I do think Tottenham will make it a close game, and I think it will be tight. And I think it will be won either on away goals, on penalties, or just by the odd goal. I don't see it being a comfortable win for either team. I think it'll be a narrow win for one of the two teams. One of the two teams will just about go through, in my opinion. So as for the semi-finals, obviously we know the route now. The draws work differently this year compared to last year. If Tottenham Man City, the winner of that game, will play the winner of Juventus v Ajax. Whoever wins that all English tie will have a tough game on their hands against Juventus. I think if City go through, they have a better chance than Tottenham would. I don't know who I think would make the finals though. Would make the final. Okay, here's what I think. If Man City win against Spurs, they'll beat Juventus. That's a bold prediction there. But I think if they can get past Spurs, they'll beat Juventus. If Tottenham get past Man City, I think Juventus get to the final. There's my prediction. There we go. And as for the other side, the winner of United Barcelona plays the winner of Liverpool Porto. So in other words, the winner of United Barcelona will play Liverpool. So I do think Barcelona will go through. So Barca v Liverpool would be a crazy semi-final. I kind of want Juventus Barcelona just because Messi Ronaldo. Maybe it's just me. It's definitely not just me. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I don't support any of the English teams in this competition. But having said that, I think it's good for our coefficients, and I think it's good for our league if at least one of our teams reaches semi-finals, and we're guaranteed that at the moment. So that's great. And I think we'll get two. I think we'll get two in the semi-finals. So that's great. But I don't know about. I think it's possible that none of them make the final. If anyone does, it'll be Man City, I think, or Liverpool as well. I think they can make the final, but not sure about Liverpool. If Liverpool play Barcelona in the semis, then that would be very interesting. I think Barca would be favourites. But yeah, that's just a possibility. We just have to wait for the quarterfinals first to see what happens. But yeah, there's my predictions. Potential final for me at the moment, looking at it, Man City Barcelona. But I want Juventus Barcelona. So there's my prediction for that. Moving on to Europa League then. Arsenal got Napoli. This is the last straw I wanted, to be honest. I mean, all of them would give us a challenge, to be fair, but I did not want Napoli. They're the one team that I just did not want. Obviously, Chelsea are good as well, and they can beat us, but we proved last season that we could beat Chelsea over two legs in the League Cup. And we also beat them recently as well in January. I think we know how to beat Chelsea. So I think if we got Chelsea, it wouldn't have been that bad. Benfica would have been tough. Frankfurt would have been interesting. Slavia Prague, I wouldn't mind getting them, to be fair. Chelsea got the draw I wanted, to be fair. Villarreal, Valencia would be interesting times as well, because the Spanish team's already good in Spain. But Napoli were the last team I wanted, and that's who we got. So I have faith that we can do something, but I'm also not that confident. I'm having a few doubts there. Napoli are very tough. I think at the Emirates we definitely need to win the game. That's 100% necessary, and hopefully we do. Hopefully we beat Napoli. Like what the mistake we did last season was we played Atletico last season in the semi-final. We're 1-0 up. Then if it wasn't for a defensive mistake by Koscielny, we might have held on, but they equalised because of our errors, and that cost us the tie in the end because we lost by a goal to Atletico Madrid in the semi-finals. But the thing is, that season we were doing well in other rounds. Like we beat Milan comfortably. We beat CSKA Moscow by a few goals. We were doing pretty well, but this season we've been struggling to get past Rennes and Barté. I mean, in the end we got there, but our away fixtures in the knockout rounds have been terrible. So that's why I'm worried about Napoli even more. Because last season when we played Atletico last season, I was at least a bit confident because we were at least playing well in the Europa League. I thought we had a chance. But this year in the Europa League away, we've just been abysmal. So that's why I'm worried, because we need to win at home first. Then we're going to Italy. So that is scary. But I'd like to think that we can go through. I'd like to think so. I hope so anyway. Then we got an all-Spanish tie. Villarreal, Valencia. Surprisingly, Sevilla are not there, but yep, they're the last two Spanish teams left and they're playing each other, so there's a guaranteed team in the semi-finals. Villarreal keep surprising me. I keep thinking they're going out and they're just not. So I'm gonna put them. I have a good feeling about them for this quarterfinal. I think Villarreal will beat Valencia. Benfica, I think, will beat Frankfurt. Frankfurt are a good team. It should be interesting. I think it'll be a close tie, but I do think Benfica will just about edge it and go through. And finally, I think Slavia Prague will lose to Chelsea. I think Chelsea will actually make the final, because you'll see it right here. The winner of Arsenal Napoli plays the winner of Villarreal Valencia. If we do beat Napoli, then we could play Cazorla's Villarreal, so that would be interesting. Our route to the final is definitely tougher. I hope we can make it, but I'm not confident. I'm not going to say that, oh, we're going to make it. No, okay. There's no definites with Arsenal, you know. But if we get past Napoli, if we get past Napoli, I think we can make it the final. If we get past Napoli, but we'll see. I think I'm going to go to the home leg. I think for sure. Need to buy a ticket. But anyway. The other side of the draw, Benfica v Frankfurt and Slavia Prague v Chelsea. I think Chelsea gets to the final. I think they're better than all three of those teams, and I think they can definitely beat all three of those teams. So I think Chelsea make it into the final. That's my prediction there. So yeah, I predicted an English team in both finals. Maybe I'm a bit biased to the Premier League, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I do think it will be very interesting. I do think the best tie out of all of them will be Tottenham and City. That's going to be interesting. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.